The ins and outs of Air Force One. Traveling all over the world to keep track of militaries and meet with the leaders of various countries are just among the crucial jobs of the president. Fortunately, modern presidents can travel in a variety of ways. The President of the United States flies aboard one of the most famous and iconic aircraft in history. Perhaps you are familiar with the blue and white colored airplanes commonly seen in movies. With its rich and interesting history, the presidential planes, also known as Air Force One, have blockbuster movies named after it and books written about it. Equipped with classified security and defense systems, it is one of America's symbols for authority and unfading confidence. You may think, what makes Air Force One special from ordinary aircrafts? Well, we're here to satisfy your curiosity and help you understand what makes this plane exceptionally luxurious. Welcome back to Independent Luxury, where we give you a peek of the luxurious life you wish to live. In today's video, we will give you a glimpse of the presidential plane's captivating history and features. You may think that Air Force One is a type of aircraft model. Well, technically, it's not. It's an air traffic control call sign adopted by an Air Force plane which signals that a president is on board. The call sign has come to be associated with certain aircraft intended for the president's use while traveling domestically or abroad. Thus, even when the same place is used without the president on board, it isn't considered an Aircraft Force One anymore. Just like the incident that happened to former President Richard Nixon after stepping down in 1974. His aircraft mid-air was abruptly degraded to SAM 2700 because Gerald Ford was sworn into office at the same time he had his flight. A C-137C designed specifically for routine use by the president. Only the president alone entered service in 1962. SAM 26,000, the aircraft in question, served under the Kennedy, Johnson, and Nixon administrations. SAM 27,000 went into service in 1972 and remained in use until it was deactivated by President George W. Bush in 2001. Two of these airplanes, identical Boeing 747-200B jumbo jets with the tail numbers 28,000 and 29,000 and the Air Force designation VC-25A, have been in service since 1991. The term Air Force One started in 1953 through President John F. Kennedy. Just when people got confused back when between the president's plane and a common commercial plane, the president, with his natural political theater instinct, thought of bringing White House to the skies. With this idea, the Boeing 707 was commissioned. Kennedy's wife and French designer Raymond Louis were involved in the design of the aircraft. He always thought the Air Force One was so precious too, especially after being the first to come up with it. Unfortunately, his last board with his favorite plane came to an end in November 1963 when he was assassinated. The Boeing 707 ended up bringing Kennedy's body home, while Lyndon Johnson preceded his oath in succeeding him. Don't you think that was such a spectacular history? Of course, Air Force One isn't merely associated with this unfortunate event, because happy and funny memories also filled the presidential plane with the recent presidents. Among these known memories include Gerald Ford. Ford, the one who succeeded Nixon, is previously said, was a huge fan of coarse beer. During those times, he was only mostly traveling and was needed in a number of states in the West. During his appointments, he'd ask the staff to fill the crates of Air Force One with coarse beer, which can accompany him. Ain't that such a simple yet interesting thing? Another reported incident was from Ronald Reagan's during the 1980. He stored jelly beans during his trip on board Air Force One. He was also known for playing golf mid-air through miniature. Now that's just wholesome. What's Air Force One like today? Well, two Air Force One aircrafts is reserved for the president, while the other one serves as a backup in case of emergency. The best thing about this is their own fold-out staircase and baggage loading machinery. This limits the interaction of the president among harmful and suspicious crews that might be on board. This may seem like a commercial plane on the outside, but its features are altered to cater to the president's needs, especially during presidential businesses. It can refuel mid-air, plus the plane is equipped with 26 crews that are highly trained and are hired with strict military standards. You don't even have to come shouting and looking for a doctor when risky health situations pops up because medical facilities are provided plus operating tables, fully stocked pharmacies, and a doctor who can work anytime all day goes with the plane. In case of emergencies resulting in blood loss, stocks of blood that matches the type of the president are stored. That must be the feeling of having the whole world revolve around you, huh? If you've tasted food on the plane, then the food here is so much better than what you have pictured. 2 kitchens are used to create delicious meals. Both kitchens also have $12 million refrigerators that can produce gourmet standard grub for about 100 people. Plus, about 2,000 meals are on the plane. An office, a bedroom, and a bathroom are all part of the presidential suite, which is situated in the serene front section of the aircraft. Along with 26 crew members, there is space in the middle level for up to 70 passengers. These facilities include a conference room with a dining area as well as seats and work areas for media representatives, security personnel, and other workers. Each plane contains a private suite for the president, which includes a small gym, a bathroom, a shower, and sleeping accommodations. Each has its own situation room and flying oval office. Additionally, they are shielded from electromagnetic waves. The aircraft even has side exit doors, so passengers are not dependent on airport stair cars. There are apparently 85 independent secure phone lines, as well as several two-way communicators and even a fax machine, plus 19 television sets. The ultra-fast internet allows efficient communication for the president and the crews on the ground. What's better than a plane with high-level security? The plane is covered in heavy armor that can resist the fallout of a nuclear detonation. The gizmos wrapped around the body of the plane helps establish infrared missile guideline systems and hostile radar. It also houses the nuclear football, which is briefcase filled with codes for launching an intercontinental atomic weapon. Although guests on board may think that they are in the lap of luxury, the flight is not free. When accompanying the president, members of the press pool are required to pay back the government for their travel expenses. In accordance with the Secret Service regulations, no one is allowed to move from their designated place. They can roam freely only on the plane's rear. To address the media aboard the plane, the president must walk back to them. The back of the plane is where journalists aboard. According to Obama, Air Force One costs $206. $377 of the taxpayers' money every time it boards the president to various destinations. It may be expensive, but its price is definitely worth it for its features, right? Did the interior and history of the Air Force One capture your interests? What do you think is the best part about this plane that sets it apart from commercial planes? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and make sure to tune in for more videos like this. Again, this is Independent Luxury, where we give you a peek of the luxurious life you wish to live. See you next time!